paramedics in paramedic school right now.
Grayson College, yeah.
So they're going through an accelerated course that we've talked about before, and I think they'll hit the streets. Is it around March that we're looking at?
Yeah, they're actually going to be coming on shift for rotations in early February. So they'll be doing their rotations. They do rotations on the ambulance. They do rotations at the hospital. And then completion of the course should be sometime around the 1st of April, and then they've got to do their state testing.
Now, we still have vacancies on top, so we've got 7 firefighter vacancies right now and 2 captain vacancies. We are testing again to fill those positions in January.
25th.
Later in January. Already have 17 applicants for that test, so we feel confident. That's actually one of the best showings for testings that we've had in a long time at this point. We're still a month out and we've already got 17 applicants, so that's very positive. And then in March, we're testing for the captain position, those 2 vacancies as well. So feel confident about where we're at. Our staffing is a work in progress, of course, and that's partly why we partnered with LifeNet. We knew this was going to be a transition period as we worked to fill those vacancies, and as we've partnered with LifeNet, what they've really been able to do is help us deliver exceptional public safety services to Denison, and we look forward to continuing to do that. The plan is to eventually transition out of LifeNet. When we get our staffing to a point where we can continue the exceptional service that we're providing right now through partnering with LifeNet, we'll discontinue that. It was planned to be temporary, and that's still the plan, is to make it temporary. We just want to make sure we staff up before we end that partnership. And I do want to give kudos to both our staff at Denison Fire Rescue and LifeNet, because the data we're getting back from that partnership just speaks volumes about how well they're doing. LifeNet has been an incredible partner. Some of the benchmarks that we've seen come back from them as far as response times and working with TMC, the hospital, has just been exceptional. And so our team partnering with LifeNet has just really raised the bar in terms of our public safety services here in Denison.
Station 2, they're done with the foundation, so they're working towards bringing in the other contractors, start the framing process and everything. Completion is set for sometime in the back half of the 2020 year. So what I was told last was late July. There's a temporary housing. They're on the same grounds on the parking lot, so they've been in there. The equipment's still where it was in the bays, and they've just been relocated. Their living quarters has been temporarily relocated into that temporary situation. And the demo of the living quarters is done. And so once they're completed with the new living quarters, then the plan is to move forward with the demo of the tower. Yeah, I think, we're moving forward with obviously the test we're having in January, and to get staffing levels up, and as Mr. Rex had said, we're looking to get fully staffed and phase out LifeNet, and that's the plan at the time. And then we've got a lot of training activities going on. We've got our training budget doubled from our last budget year, so we've got a lot of things planned for the guys with regards to some of the things that we just need to get reinforced as far as officer training, as far as rescue training. All the rescue certs that we've put in place now require maintenance and continuing education to maintain those certifications. When I got here, we had about 8 state certifications that had been attained in 16 years. In the 3 years since I've been here, we've got over 60. And all those state certifications require a maintenance training regimen, continuing education to be done on them. And so we've got all those things in place, so it'll be a busy training year this year.
No, in fact, I haven't gotten any complaints about LifeNet at all. And
just the opposite. I mean, you never know going into situations like with partnerships how they're going to work out, what's going to happen. We did our due diligence on the front end to try to make sure to select as good a partner as we could. But at the end of the day, you don't know until you actually get them in and start working with them. And they have surprised us with how easy they are to work with, how meshed they are with the personnel, the Denison Fire Rescue personnel. I mean, they share post-incident analysis of incidents they go on. They get in the same room, they talk through things. I mean, it's just been a really very positive and very efficient situation with them. They've gone above and beyond for us and for the citizens of Denison, and we just couldn't be happier with how that's worked out so far. They've met expectation and gone above that. They're monitored, and we watch them as you would any oversight for the public safety, and so we do that. And like I say, that it's been no problem at all. And a matter of fact, we've been surprised with how well they've received that and how well they've meshed with our personnel. We run numbers on them. They share their numbers with us as far as their efficiency numbers. They do citizen surveys. All of these things are coming back positive. So we're really well pleased with how things have worked out.
And just adding on to that, I think if you were to talk to citizens that have been served by LifeNet since they've been on board, they probably really just view them as an extension of the city of Denison. They may not even hear LifeNet as they might not even recognize that, just because that's how well they've really meshed together with our staff, and we're proud of that partnership.
Right. And the hospital staff, we received a lot of feedback from the hospital, and again, just hospital very positive about what they're saying about how they're meshing with hospital staff and how they're participating in their programs and their patient care to maintain that continuum of care for that patient. So it's all been real good to this point.
Again, express our support for Denison Fire Rescue. Chief Loyd and his team really have raised the bar when it comes to providing exceptional service. As we get through this lull with staffing, I think, and get on the other side of that, the sky's the limit. What we've done, increasing training, taking care of our apparatus and equipment, the partnership with LifeNet. These are all very positive steps that when we brought Chief Loyd on board, there were a list of things that we wanted to change. I wanted to see change in Denison Fire Rescue, and so along with change sometimes comes that difficulty of either staffing or whatever other issues come up. But I'm confident in our ability to get on the other side of that and have a better Denison Fire Rescue than we've ever had before.